Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. It's time for your weekly AI news roundup, and it's no surprise that this week has been chock full of AI news. Here's just the tip of the iceberg of what you need to know. In a move that's quintessentially Google-esque, the company has added another project to its ever-growing pile of dead projects. This time, it's killing off Bard AI. Fortunately, the only thing that's going is its name. Google's AI initiative is going to be reborn as Gemini, and with it, they've launched a new pricing tier on their Google One storage program, which includes 2 terabytes of storage, AI features in Google Docs, Google Slides, Google Sheets, as well as access to Gemini Ultra, Gemini's superior AI model. Have you tried it out? Do you think it has what it takes to beat Chat GPT? Another important thing to keep in mind is that Gemini's default settings store your chats for up to 3 years, in a rare case of reverse outsourcing, to be reviewed by a human and cataloged at a later date. You can go into your activity settings and turn off Google Gemini, in which case your chats will only be stored for 72 hours. So make sure you don't tell Gemini anything that you wouldn't want the police to know. Or your grandma. Meta and OpenAI have both decided to start labeling generative AI images so that social media platforms like Facebook and Instagram can identify what images have been AI generated and which ones have not. In case you haven't heard, a few weeks ago, a robocall went out in the US using an AI-generated version of Joe Biden's voice to tell voters not to go out and vote. As a result, the FCC has declared that using AI-generated voices in robocalls is now illegal. So, unfortunately, you can still be bothered by a human being. The big boys have been busy this week. Meta, OpenAI, Google, and Stability AI are among the 100 companies coming together to join a consortium started by the White House around AI safety. This comes as a result of incidents such as the Joe Biden robocall, celebrity deepfakes, and inappropriate images of children being used in generative AI, as the consortium aims to set down rules to facilitate safer use of AI. Hopefully, the actions of a few will not result in the entire AI community taking the Chat GPT stance of being an elementary school safety monitor. Hugging Face, the internet's #1 repository of AI code, has launched its own GPT assistance competitor. Hugging Face now allows you to use open source models to create your own custom assistants similar to the GPT assistants. By using open source models, hopefully we can get around the various restrictions that ChatGPT has on its own platform, as well as take advantage of more specialized models for more specialized tasks. It'll be interesting to see how the Hugging Face assistants stack up to OpenAI's own GPT assistants. On the topic of open source models, a new one has been declared King of the Hill. Smaug 72B, a 72 billion parameter model, which is in turn a fine-tune of Qwen 72 billion, released by startup Abacus AI, has fine-tuned the Qwen 72 billion model, released by Alibaba's team, and it turns out it's performing better than ChatGPT 3.5. as well as France's Mistral AI. The fact that Smaug is consistently outperforming ChatGPT 3.5 means that the open source community is quickly catching up to OpenAI's closed models. It'll be interesting to see how the big tech companies react, as more and more open source models are catching up to closed source versions. Another surprising open source AI drop this week came from no less than Apple, who released MGIE, M-G-I-E, which stands for Multimodal Large Language Model Guided Image Editing, because that's not a mouthful, which allows you to use text to alter a part of the image. Using text prompts, you can tell the model to edit or remove only a part of the image using words. No longer do we need to mask out parts of area and hope for inpainting. Instead, we can tell our model to make a pizza healthier by adding vegetables. In more open source news, Stability AI releases Stable Diffusion Video 1.1, an improvement on its recently released Stable Diffusion Video 1.0. The new model is optimized for short videos, better motion, and improved consistency. And it's now available to download on Hugging Face, or you can check it out on Stability's AI subscription plan. NVIDIA's dominance in the AI space is challenged by OpenAI Sam Altman as he raises funds in the trillions from the UAE government to help develop chips for AI. The UAE is also the home of the Technology Innovation Institute, part of the government's Research Council, and creators of the Falcon large language model, who briefly held the throne for best performing open source LLM last year. This move continues to show the Middle Eastern countries' continued interest to be a leader in AI. For the rest of us, though, we hope it just means cheaper graphics cards. Microsoft brings new design features to Copilot. This strengthens Microsoft's relationship with OpenAI by bringing DALL-E image generation to its Copilot features. The interesting thing, however, is its Bing chat component is now being replaced by a new model called Deucalion. The interesting thing is that we don't know if Deucalion is powered by OpenAI's Chat GPT or whether it's powered by one of Microsoft's own large language models. If it is powered by one of Microsoft models, this indicates that Microsoft is exploring other options outside of GPT and may affect OpenAI in the future. And the last piece of news today is that OpenAI officially brings Chat GPT to the Apple Vision Pro experience. Prior to this, to use Chat GPT on the Vision Pro, you had to rely on apps developed by third-party developers. With this, OpenAI now has an official offering on the App Store. I hope you found this news roundup helpful. If you want to stay up to date with the latest AI news, don't forget to like and subscribe and click the bell icon. You can also stay up to date by signing up for my newsletter, details available in the description below. Have a good one, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.